These days, we all have to be IT specialists, information technology, and that even goes for investments. And Mark Matthews from Edward Jones is here now to tell us about all the things that we need to be careful about when we're online and talking about our investments. Hi, Mark.
Bob, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Doing well. I know we only have a couple minutes on a topic that could take hours, but give me a few bullet points here.
Okay, well, so I'll go through these fairly quickly, but these things we've all probably heard before, but I think it's good to hear them again and make sure we're doing these kind of things with our online financial activity. You've heard this lots of times, use a strong password. And these days I see a lot more people using passphrases, a string of words all together that won't mean something to anybody else. Don't use one that's got your name in it or something like that. But you can think of a lot of word strings that would be hard to come up with on someone else's part that make a great password. Many places these days use two-step authentication, where they'll send you a text code that you have to punch back in to get into what you're doing. You know, if you're asked to allow for that to happen, definitely do so. It takes a few extra seconds. It's a great way to keep your activity private. If the thing you're looking at has account alerts that will let you know if there's been activity, whether it's money transfers or adding or subtracting things, information that changes about your personal situation, your address. Alerts will let you know, oh, by the way, this changed on your account. If you did it, that's great. If you didn't do it, call us right now or something like that. One of my favorites is to avoid using public computers. Libraries, hotels, airports, don't use those kind of things to access your bank information, your brokerage accounts, payroll, that type of thing. I would just stay away from that because there's way too many ways that people can, find out your contact information and get in there and do you harm. And finally, if you get a suspicious link from a financial provider, ignore it. They're not going to send you something like that without you having gone through your password or possibly two-step authentication. So if a link says, oh, hey, sign in and do this, that's probably not going to be your provider because they're going to want you to go through the protocol to get to your account. So those are some things that we all should do, get used to it, and it's just a better way to be safe.
I've always thought of it as people with nefarious intentions are always going to stay a step ahead of us, but we need to be as diligent to make it as hard as possible for them to do what they want to do, right?
But we can't give them 2 or 3 steps ahead, don't give them a helpful advantage. They don't need that. So some good things to do for all of us.
All right, Mark Matthews, Edward Jones, thanks very much for those tips, and we'll be right back with more Live at 5 right after this.